wanted to get this shit rent free out of my head. That's the only reason I talked to him.
No, I get it.
But now that it's out of my head, I don't give a fuck.
Free.
Yeah. It's like it's still the same formula. And I told you, I remember even like my cousin telling me they've been doing that shit since the fucking 90s, my nigga, with hip hop artists. It's like that's nothing new. You always gotta like pay your way to perform. There's no scapegoat out of it. If they've been doing this, he's like, I was there before. He used to work with Dame Dash because he's from Harlem. He's like, Dash has been around since before I even got there, and I met that nigga in 1993.
No, paying to perform ain't the problem. Paying to perform is part of it.
No.
That's part of the game. Listen, it's up to the artist to make the right decision where to pay to perform. Right? It's up to you. Opening up for, like Physics said, similar artists that is in your demographic so that you can resonate with those fans. That's up to you. Paying to play, it's always been part of the game. There's too many horror stories. When there's too many horror stories with your management, that's the problem. When there's too many horror stories. When your management is followed by too many horror stories, whoever it may be, whatever name you want to call it.
We know who they are.
But that's the problem. Whenever there's bad shit surrounding your management. Other than that, nah, it's always pay to play. I don't mind pay to play.
Like I don't mind that play to play either, but as you just said, there's too many horror stories. It's like if you're constantly, but the issue is with a lot of artists, they constantly go back to that same person.
Oh, you know why?
Screw them up because they feel like they got the name, they got the buzz, they know how to get like.
Or there's nobody else. They feel like there's nobody else. Like artists are, in some sense, some artists are lazy. In certain areas, they'd be the greatest in the studio. They could work, they could do this, they could do that. But then in other areas, nah, they're lazy. They don't want to get up and put themselves in better places to do shows for better. Nigga, you paid for a list to find out where the next festivals are going to be. It's shit like that. It's shit like that artists got to start thinking out the box and not think that this guy's the only player in town that you could go throw shows with.
I'll give you something about that I actually recently just discovered with that festival list.
We recording too, all right?
All right, I know you could.
Yeah, you knew.
I saw.
You left it. I left the recording.
So, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Richard Picasso.
There you go.
It's your boy, G out of character. We're getting right into it.
Yeah, go right into it. You had a horror story. Go ahead, go.
It's not even a horror story. It was more like, I told you about that festival list, right?
Okay.
So, I started applying for like some festivals.
Okay.
One got back to me so far out of probably like, maybe the 30 that I applied to. They're not reading emails. It's not the season of festival time in November, December. Yeah, so eventually they'll look at it or they'll look in the back in the email. But what I did notice, out of like probably the 30 that I did apply to, about 1/3 of them, a lot of those emails were invalid. And a lot of those phone numbers were... So... I don't know. It's because maybe before they were using those emails or they switched. They got newer emails now. But even like looking at some of the festivals, some of them I couldn't even like did my own research outside. Like I would look at that festival. I did that festival. Some of them didn't even exist.
Really? So that list you bought was a fraud?
It's not that the list was a fraud. It's just that, remember.
It's not fully.
It might not be an AIDS.
Dated.
It's an AIDS.
Might be dated.
It's an AIDS festival list. It's not something for current. It's not even some of the emails were like it'll be like ... 2018 at gmail.com. So why are you trying to sell a list of people that's aged? Shouldn't it be updated
all the time?
Every year, emails. People change emails. People update to like certain venues and
different stuff. Owners, different management.
Yes. So one of them, I'll say the name of this one because they actually responded very professionally. Was the Beaver Music Festival?
Okay.
And it looked pretty lit.
Okay.
It's pretty much a festival celebrating beavers.
Really?
Yes. And how they.
Where does this take place?
It takes place near a well-known dam. That's. And it looks fun.
We can't make this shit up.
It looks fun though. But I reached out to them and they was like, "Hey, we're now accepting for 2023 and 2024 festivals. Like they were like, selling your music, EPK and everything." And that's what I did. So I
In
appreciate
the
the
near
response.
future, you might be performing at a beaver festival.
I applied for the Texas Music
Not
Festival.
a lesbian festival, a
No.
beaver festival.
Yes. So I applied for the Texas Music Festival too at the same time. That wasn't even on the list. That was
was-
something I found myself.
That was a joke. We used to call this girl back in the days that we went to school. We used to call her Beaver because the teeth were big, and it just happened she turned out to be a lesbian.
Anyways, like even for like the New York Festival, like as long as even the lady said when I was there, if I keep applying in February, they already got all my information down. They know how much of a great performer I am. I just got to keep applying around the time when they release the schedule for the New York Festival.
Yeah, they want to see how bad you want it.
Yes.
And they want you to kind of stand out. Like that's another thing too, man. You do something really well and shit. Like we had that conversation in the car about watching yourself. And most comedians, the great ones, they edit their own footage for their specials. Like watching
Adam
yourself,
Schultz.
watching yourself perform is a big,
Andrew Schultz, sorry.
Andrew Schultz. Watching yourself perform is a big deal. You have to watch yourself to know where to make your moves better, perfect. It's just so cringy for me. But artists, that's a must do.
Mind you, and going back on Andrew Schultz, his special was already out. It took a while for it to get on YouTube. I think it was out for like a good two months, and then he dropped it on YouTube. That shit already got almost 10 million views in like less than a month and a half after it came out. So it's like now you're gonna get the money from not only whatever you sold, like selling it, but you're also gonna get whatever monetization you got from YouTube for the 10 million views from that. So now you're getting like two types of income, which I think is absolutely fucking awesome. Like that's how it should be. And mind you, obviously he has a team. He got his Flagrant podcast. He got his, whatever his back end networks and his connections.
Well,
whatever.
he bought a whole building during COVID. Right before COVID hit, he bought a building. He believed in himself. I saw him on the Rogan podcast. He believed in himself so much that he just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna still see it through." Because if I'm not mistaken, it was in Miami. I think he bought it. And he got lucky that kind of Florida stayed open. Florida is like Gotham City and shit. Like during COVID, Florida just did what they did. They're like, fuck it, we got old people here. They're gonna die anyway. If they're gonna die, why are we gonna shut down our whole economy? And if I'm not mistaken, he went there and very successful. But Schultz's comedy is totally different. He found a pocket.
He found a pocket being extremely, like, super raw.
Flagrant.
Like fragrant.
He found a pocket
If you ever
flagrant.
if you ever seen Andrew Schultz comedy, even like a small sketch of him somewhere, he's very, very unfiltered. Like
So is Mark Norman.
Yeah, Mark Norman
Norman's
too.
a fucking monster.
And that's like the comedy. I love that type of comedy. You could just say the dick, the P word and all that shit. Oh, also I learned about my analyst. We gotta stop using a lot of curse words. That's why we never really get pushed to, because we say a lot of the D's, the P's, and the bad words on this show.
Well, I put that our shit is not for like kids.
It's not for kids.
But I know in the first 10 minutes, YouTube don't want you cursing.
In the first 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought it was 10 minutes.
First 30 seconds, they don't want you cursing.
And we be cursing.
But you be cursing.
I do curse.
So
I live life.
So yeah. But yeah, it's like, again, these are all things you gotta. When you're like starting out, there's gonna be a lot of fuck ups that you're gonna be doing. Like when it comes to you think you're doing everything right. You're thinking meeting the right people, and some people A may not have the best interest for you. B don't want to work with you and just charge you some crazy fee just to fuck you over.
Yep.
Or
they just don't take you serious.
That's the C. Or they just don't take you seriously at all.
By the fifth time you paid him $120, he gave you the fifth one for $100.
Yeah, like, oh, I like you so much, I'm gonna drop it $20 off. Like, and then you realize when you keep doing these shows, and it's usually the same motherfuckers.
So let me play something. Let me play devil's advocate. Is there a place for a promoter to truly, genuinely love music? Can a promoter... These headphones fuck me up. Can a promoter really be like a lover of music or somebody's style, or or just like... Do they play favoritism based upon somebody's talent or skill set? Do they play favoritism, charge people less? do things that are different, or is a promoter always about that dollar where it's like, nah, I don't care. This is what the price is, and this is what you like. Are they genuine to music? I'm not saying they don't have a music fucking library, but I'm saying when they look at us,
Alright.
are we just
When do
items?
When do you only see it though?
What?
When you see like promoters being janky or any of that shit, do you see that with promoters when it comes to
I've been
minorities?
favored. I've been favored as an artist. I've been taken care of before.
But was it in hip hop or was
But
it
then,
like
and
outside
at
of
the
it?
same time, no, it's in hip hop. And then at the same time, I seen somebody not get taken care of. I've seen it. Like I've seen it for myself.
You want to share that story?
The favoritism. I mean,
The unfavoritism. You don't have
well,
to be
well, you know
favoritism.
what it is. You know what it is. It's different strokes for different folks, and only people could take only but so much. Now, if you're a person that always shows up, whether it be to work, whatever your job is, performing, rapping, a 9 to 5, you know, fucking a metal worker, whatever, you show up to work, you kind of like, you're already in the game. You're already in the game. You know, that rookie that shows up to every basketball game and shows up to every fucking game, but he's on the bench. Once somebody gets hurt, that was Brady. Tom Brady was like that. Tom Brady got pulled in off the bench because the dude got hurt. I forget his name. Dude got hurt, and then Tom Brady blossomed over the next years. You know, like you have to be at the game to get in the game. Step one. Two, that's where I always have an advantage. You know, when I was going out and doing these shows, I was always there. So having my music in your phone, USB, always on deck, always have your TV, your TV tracks, everything ready. At any point in time you're ready to go, you get a text message, you see a flyer, you answer an email, yo, can I perform? Can I perform? Always being there. When you there, you win it. Second thing is like punctuality. Promoters get fucking pissed the fuck off when artists show up fucking late.
Oh, absolutely.
Promoters get pissed the fuck off, but then they treat you different too. Because now they're like, I don't give a fuck how good your talent is. I don't give a fuck if you bring 100 people in. I don't give a fuck if you fill the bar in.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat you differently because you come in late. Because I feel like you disrespected me, my time, and my venue.
Look at the situation like with Kodak Black at the fucking venue, Made in America.
Go.
He showed up 45 minutes late. He had a set time. And the boy was like, no, you ain't performing. And then he went on like a fucking Instagram live talking shit like, oh, fuck Made in America. They had me perform. I can do what I want. And then fuck thing. Same thing with 21 Savage is rolling loud.
Yeah, I know. But that's why I say, like, it's it's not that I have a situation to share. I just seen it firsthand where artists ask to be treated differently and they don't do the right job. And promoters want the respect. But these motherfuckers don't do the right job neither. How many times I was told I was going to perform at 9 o'clock and it's 9:30? How many times you were told you were next and another two people went in front of you? And it's shit like
Yep,
that.
that
How many
happened to me.
times you can have a group of... They don't know that artists are friends sometimes. That's what you promoters got to look out for. When you guys are charging people different prices, think about this. All it takes for me on your flyer is to DM everybody, hey, yo, I know everybody getting paid for this shit. Well, y'all getting paid for it. Whether niggas want to say, niggas don't want to say. But a lot of niggas that think they're getting lowballed, they'll be like, I'm getting paid this much, or I'm getting paid this much. And once you see the numbers fluctuate, as a promoter, you could lose that slot. Because the artist will be like, yo, I just spoke to homie. You paying him double what I'm paying? Look at my EPK. Look at my catalog. Look what I do. You're paying him double? Why? And that's where promoters get stuck up. That's why I say, like, can they value music anymore, truthfully? I'm not saying they don't know good music. They obviously have to know good music.
It's
but a lot of these shows...
business.
A lot of these shows don't. And I'm not... Yo, I ain't looking to go to a show and get beat up by any of y'all niggas. Keep killing it. Get better. Be the best you could be. But if we call a spade, ain't nobody want to see... Nobody want to see the fucking... The crab get killed and the chicken get slaughtered. And nobody want to see you guys on the come up. This come up shit, these the certain shows where you pay to get in, even paying to get in. You pay to get in, and I gotta see a whack performer.
Oh, and there's some very, very whack performers.
And that's what I mean. Like with me, like that's why I say promoters, all you self promoters are janky.
I've been to a lot of showcases in the past 8 years, and it'll be like some dude that like will come inside looking all fresh and swagged out. He got like his little entourage. He's at the bar. You go up to him, and he seems like a cool person. I met some really cool guys that like, okay, this is just like their character. This is just who they are. And then you'll meet those ones that are like, they think they're the shit. They think they're the fucking, their shit don't stink, or that woman who pussy's made of platinum, thinking that it's like the greatest show on earth, and then the moment they get on fucking stage,
They're trash.
they trap
And-
basura.
but you know what's fucked up? This is what's fucked up. We kind of, and I say we because I'll be part of it too. You could be trash, but yo, that little dance they doing, it got the crowd.
Some of you girls can't twerk.
These little things that they do, they get the crowd. And not only that, I be feeling like a bigot. Because it's like, it's music. You feel how you feel. Do what you want to do. I'm just saying, not at my expense. I don't want to pay $20 for a show and see a whack performer. Not any of them. I don't care if they're just getting their wings. I ain't got nothing against y'all. Get better. But yo, they had a problem with like you see Ice Spice perform. The bitch just blew up to the top. She don't know how to perform.
Nope.
She's getting her wings and you see it.
Yep.
Yo, that's why she gets clowned on. Don't think that, you could go ahead. Yo, you're only going to get better by performing, and you're only going to get better by having fucking stupid people like me talk about how you need to be better when I'm paying to watch you perform. And it goes right back to the promoter. Fuck you bring a nigga like that in the building for. You got a show, you got a name to uphold. You can't say, my show's always good because nothing goes wrong. My show's always good because I get paid. You got to have a good show because your performers are awesome. Your performance got to be the shit. Whether you break even or lose money. You want to leave you want to leave people's heart burned. Not just the performer. Because, I've seen some niggas that have such dope performances that when I know if I talk to them about it, they'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Let's go talk to the fans, though. A lot of those fans don't remember that. It's memorable for the performer, but...
You gotta make it memorable for the people you're in front of.
Yeah, man. And that's why promoters get this stink title, too. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you my experience for my performance on Friday. I made a whole Instagram live about it, so you could go check it out on my Instagram. But I got reached out by... There's actually two ways I got reached out. It was from this company called Dear Community. Shout out to Dear Community. They're really dope. It's like, as far as I know, it's like 4 people that are like running it, and they've been around since 2020. And they hosted an event called... Well, it was Dear Community November Showcase, like the Fall November Showcase. And it was done at the Pink Frog Cafe in Williamsburg. It's a very, very beautiful venue. It's like a coffee shop.
I'm playing it in the corner while you talk.
It's like a coffee shop type of vibes. And what made it really dope was like they had the camera guy. They had the guy that was working the mixer. They had the guy that was, in front being the host. So there was already like the sub. And then they had the guy that was doing photography.
Mm-hmm.
And even like while I was walking in there and they were setting up, each one of them came up to me in some way, like, hey, this guy came up to me. I was like, hey, how you want to be introduced, blah, blah, blah. And I gave him that stuff.
And that was crazy because you told me, not to interrupt you, but you did express to me, you was like, they're new.
Yep.
They're new, they're not, but look how professional they treat you.
Yep. It's like one guy, the host came up to me, blah, blah, blah. Then the guy who does the music that was going to do it, he came up to me, same thing, like, hey, you got it on a laptop. That's probably the only gripe I had. It's like they wanted me to bring my music on a laptop. It's like they said, like, if you can't do it on a laptop, then we have like your phone, which I felt more comfortable with. But I was like, fuck it, my laptop will probably be a little bit more better, and then you have to keep logging out, logging in on my phone.
Honestly, get used to it because when you start going state to state and you start performing and doing all these shows, Rich, you're going to have to bring this laptop with you. Yep. You got to learn these programs because when you hear a sound, you hear something, you can't always depend on you hitting somebody up and them doing it.
But that's what I thought of when I was there. So
it's like introduction.
Okay, so introduction to bringing my that was my first time bringing my laptop to a showcase.
Yup.
But you know what? It was good. It's like, look,
you look so happy.
Yep. I was like, I'm going to make
sure. This is truly your happy place, bro.
Yes, it truly was, for this whole week.
No, whenever you fucking perform, like, I talk to you, but you don't. I know you rap, but it still seems like you don't talk on the stage to me. You're doing something else. You feel me? It's like your energy of what you're giving off. It's there's no words I could place on it. So whatever the fuck you're saying, it doesn't really. It's just looking at you. I know you so well as a friend now that I'm like, oh, that nigga's in his spot.
Yep. So yeah, with that music, and then the guy that was holding the camera, he kept coming around like to me too as well, and he was like, oh, if you want, I could make this EPK for you, like a video for you. I could send it to you once I'm done editing and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, add
Shit
this to
like
the
that is
EPK.
gonna make them shout them out again. What's the name?
Dear community.
Dear community. Yo, shit like that is gonna make you guys stand out from the crowd. Shit like that is gonna make you guys honestly like make artists want to come back, be part of it, and when people have podcasts and things like that and able to give you guys good like opinions about the rapport and shit like that, it's just a plus one. Good salute to you guys for fucking treating artists well.
Yeah, so shout out to Chris, and there was
That's what you should name this episode.
Right.
All you self promoters are janky.
Oh well, now I'm gonna make that.
Then we're gonna get beef.
So,
Then we're gonna they're gonna listen.
Give us
just
the
because we
beef.
name it that. Just because we name shit
Thanks
like
for the
that. they're
thanks for
gonna
the
love
view.
it.
Thanks for the view, my nigga.
Thanks for the view.
So, also what made it dope was actually there was a girl that was supposed to perform in front of me, but she ended up canceling because she got food poisoning, from Thanksgiving, which
Oh.
sucked. But so it was like they have to kind of like scramble a little bit, and they found my dude. His name is A.O. Gammon, and he's part of the New York Nico verse too.
Oh, okay.
So I was
I
like,
like
yo,
that. The
what's
nigga
up?
called it the New York Nico verse. Yo, Nico, you got your own metaverse out here, B.
Yo, if he makes a metaverse, that shit would be popping.
It would.
It would absolutely be
It probably
popping.
would. It probably would.
Like, this motherfucker just say Race Candy Store. It's like a fucking 70-year-old candy shop. He saved that place by just promoting it and giving it out there and the message out there. So shout out to Nico for that. That was really dope. So my boy A.O. Gammon ended up pulling up and we chatted it up. I get ready for my set. I perform. I see the crowd. They start like doing clapping stuff for me. Like I see guys like, hey, you could clap too. Go ahead. I'm like, I didn't expect everybody in the fucking spot to start clapping because when you go to like a hip hop showcase,
Everybody's bundled up.
bundled up, you might get a few claps here and there, but
Yeah,
eventually they stop after like 10
yeah.
seconds and shit.
While you performing, you gotta stop worrying about who's gonna rob you.
Yes, maybe with him. I don't know about that.
I love hip hop shows. What are you talking about? The only reason I hate that these niggas you're biased because my shit's dope or you don't it just don't. You know what? Maybe it just don't resonate with them yo-yos. Maybe like our hip hop shit don't really resonate with hip hop niggas when they there. Or maybe they're not real hip hop niggas.
I've always been the yo-yo nigga. They know it never resonates in hip hop that much, but it resonates on a much further scale with everybody else. Anything with a yo-yo is always going to resonate with somebody to some capacity because everybody in the fucking world has had a yo-yo. That's a fact. That's one thing I've learned.
And you told a little comedy set too?
Yeah, I did like a little trick question thing.
Yeah, I know. I caught the end of it.
All right, so I'm going to leave this in the comments so you can figure it out. But what begins with an E and ends with an E and has one letter in the middle? A guy at the place got it. I thought that was really dope. Because everybody was saying like I. I'm like, no, it's not an I. Has one letter in the middle. So hear it again. What begins with an E, ends with an E, and has one letter in the middle. You know what it is, right?
I didn't see that part.
Okay, great. So
I'm not gonna blow it up.
But-
Because if I did, it'd be blown up right now.
so the level of professionalism from just the venue, and I said they're brand new. They only been around. They came during COVID as a way for artists to help build a platform when they couldn't find spaces to perform. They were the ones going out there hitting up all these spots and giving artists a space to perform. And and they weren't a lot of money. They paid me $30. And I was like, this $30. I wasn't even thinking about the $30 till the guy hit me up after. He's like, hey, what's your Venmo? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot these guys don't pay me. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I just enjoyed the vibes. I met a lot of dope people. I met this dude named Space Royce that was performing on a guitar.
It was worth more than the $30.
Everything I got was right there. It's like I was never going out to be like the money guy. I just wanted to get out there and have my talent be shared to the world. And like I met this girl. Shout out to Bridget Nora. She's like on the come up. Like this. Like she just literally started making music like 6 months ago, and she hasn't fully been on stage yet. But I told her like, yo, it's nothing. She said, but your set was like amazing. It was the crowd. The yo-yos were really dope. And I was like, look, everything I'm doing, you could pretty much do too. It's just everything just takes a little time. It's like I know I'm a little nervous, blah blah blah. But it's like, look, eventually it's gonna be your home. This is gonna be your second home away from home. Just being on stage in front of people. And she was like, I gave her like the encouraging words and everything. And this woman came up to me, like saying like, I cried during your performance of A Different Hand. and he touched him because you could hear her voice like this, like like that different head. Oh.
You gotta watch out for people like that too. She might have a shank on her or something like that.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't be trusting you over emotional people sometimes.
No, there was one time I actually did perform a different hand, like in the early stages when, like the first couple times I did.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at this, I don't want to mention the spot, but it was these two gay guys that came up to me and they were like mad at me, like really mad at me that I performed that song.
Yeah.
They're like, I know what you meant by that song, but that was fucking disgusting.
Hey, I got approached. I got approached by two. I got approached by a female who was on the manlier side, cause I performed in Blackthorn, and I said the verse I said was I think I said niggas act like dykes. I think it was just like that, like niggas act like dykes. Either way they still bitches. And yeah, she approached me outside. She wasn't really happy. And she was actually trying to fight me, like on some bitter shit. And so, what the fuck you mean like that? Niggas act like bitches. Like, what do you mean? Like, or dykes act. I'm like,
Niggas can be bitches too.
I was like, let me ask you. No. I approached her the right way. I said, let me ask you something. What you got more mad at? She's like, I don't like being called a dyke. And I said, I didn't call you a dyke. I called those niggas that act like bitch niggas dykes. She's like, huh? I'm like, yeah, exactly. I didn't say nothing
Like,
about y'all.
They hear it's like they hear every word, but then they hear the word that triggers them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't
say
say nothing. I didn't. And she calmed down. She understood. She was like, just, you gotta watch how you speak when you. And I ain't gonna lie, I do gotta watch how I speak, and that's why how you correct poor speech is with better speech. I got told before, don't call women females. They're not dogs. You know. Correct yourself. But if I put it in a verse, you better leave me the fuck alone.
That's my art. Like, literally in a different end, I'd say pickle kisser and weird dyke. And that's how I felt when I was writing the song. Those are words I thought of that would fit the song. And that's pretty much an interpretation of how I felt back then when it came to, homosexuality and the LGBTQ community. Like, you can't stop me from saying things like that. Like, it's my art. It's my creative process of how I write songs. Like, if you're gonna get offensive, all because you're not hearing what I'm saying in the song, you're just hearing the word that triggers you. Like, if you're the gay guy and you hear the word pickle kisser and you're only hearing pickle kisser, and not the shit before it, then you're not hearing what I'm saying.
That's a very, very valid thing to say right now too. People hear things to trigger them.
Yeah, they only hear what they think affects them. As I said, like, if you hear dyke, like I said, if I would have said weird dyke and you're a dyke in the audience, you only hear the word dyke.
And you're weird.
We might say dyke. Like, no, did you hear anything I say before the word dyke? No. And even afterwards, I said I was an ignorant piece of shit, and I'm sorry. The people that came before me hit balls with sticks and they played Atari. Like, you didn't hear that though, but you just heard dyke.
Yeah, he was actually being apologetic about who he was.
Yes.
He's actually being apologetic for not understanding. Look, he said the people that play with balls and sticks and Atari came before me. That's just crazy.
No, but you only heard that word that triggered because it reflects on you. Like,
no, but of course, look.
I'm not like the other dudes in your life calling you dyke for malicious reasons.
But yo, people, all right.
He's holding his tongue on something.
Yeah, because it just
doing red alert.
No, I just did one of the Richie Yo-Yo hums.
Doing the red alert sound.
Like, I just personally went through something, so I'm gonna tread on.
Please share.
No, I'm gonna tread on water, but I did realize.
Ooh, swim in that bitch, nigga.
No, I did.
Michael Phelps the shit out of this.
I did realize from the aftermath. I put a song out. Before anything occurred in my situation. I had made a song. Yeah. I sat on it for a week. Sent it to my friends. Put out a video. I sat on all this, and then all of a sudden, the situation occurred on Thursday, and it broke my heart that I had to go through that situation. Or I didn't have to. Let me rephrase that because this is some shit that I hate. This shit like. When you gotta go through what you gotta go through to understand. And fuck you. Like certain things you don't have to go through. You're like that was unnecessary. So it's like to actually go through it, and then the aftermath would be to try to make myself feel better. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this song out that makes me feel better because I made it. I made this song. I want to put it out. It made me feel good. I made it. I'm trying to get my mind off of something that occurred to me. So in order to do that, you got to do things to make you feel better, and that's what I did. My music made me feel better. Yo, I get a fucking DM like, yo, was this about that? I was like, yo, change your mindset. Don't even have that thought. Don't put that energy out there because it has nothing to do with it. I know there's some little bars and tidbits and back and forths that you can fucking hear, but it has nothing to do with anybody. It was literally me, my pen, in the studio, and a moment of time. So I took advantage of it, and I went. You know, but people hear what they want to hear. I could say llama, and because we're beefing, you think I'm talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't understand.
Llamas.
I don't but that's my point. That people are so sensitive and think everything's about them. Like, you're so vain. Dun, dun, dun.
I
You
bet
probably
you think this
song is about you.
You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you?
Yo, we gonna get demonetized for taking the song.
No, right? But yeah, Nick, it's like, oh, I feel like people that always think everything is about them. There's some level of narcissism that think that the world revolves around them, and they refuse to see the world outside of their own bubble. Like even like for me, especially this whole week, like I was by myself all Thanksgiving. I was just me and my 3 dogs, but I did a lot of self-reflection, and I came to.
Maybe you needed it. It's right before Christmas.
I did. It's right before Christmas. It's like a lot of things, like when it comes to.
There's some toxic in the water, so we don't see it clear.
Yes. So it's like I saw like my grandmother after her getting out of the hospital like a couple weeks ago. I got to like really contemplate how I wanted to move forward with my significant other. I got to be on got to perform at this very dope venue. And it was like a lot of eye-opening things, that some things I gotta like come to terms with, and then some things I gotta like address before the toxicity in the water
Gets out of hand.
gets really out of hand. And a part of me is holding back out of fear of like, I'm a person that honestly, I fear confrontation. I admit that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't want to, I don't
part
want
of your personnel.
Yeah. So it's like, it's like if I say this, I don't know what the outcome will be. So I just like bite my tongue for a while, but at the end of the day, all I'm doing.
You gotta play chess. You gotta play chess all day, bro. You gotta play chess.
It's like, I'm
and be
hurting
honest
myself.
with but you gotta play chess, Rich, and be honest with yourself with the ugly. That's why when you talk to me about things, it's not that I'm a pessimistic person. I'm looking at the shit half empty and full at the same time, and I still want a little bit of water left over. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, hold up. You gotta play chess and be honest with yourself for where ugly can come from, and how to brace yourself for the ugly. You can't. I know you don't like confrontation, but it's not always. You gotta learn the skill to make it unconfrontational for you. Learn the skill, because it's possible. A confrontation is gonna occur. That's just life. Learn how to de-escalate it for you to understand it better, or you to get your point across, or learn that if it's not your place to be in that confrontation. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have no obligation to nobody. You got fucking 2 jobs in life, and I say it all the time. Be your fucking ethnicity and die. So I'm Puerto Rican. 2 jobs. Be Puerto Rican and die. I don't owe nobody nothing. And that's what you gotta understand when you go into these confrontations. It's not really a confrontation. It's somebody wanting to be egotistical over you. It's somebody wanting to present their thing over you and have power over you. You don't have to engage in that. You can learn how to make them feel powerful while you don't feel powerless. Because that's what it is. I know you avoid it because you're just like, I just don't even want to do this. I don't even want to do this. Like, you're going to make me feel a certain way, and it's going to provoke me in certain things, and I'm going to act a certain way that I don't want to go to. And that's why you're like, I don't even want to deal with the confrontation. It's not worth it for me. I get a certain way that is not healthy for me. So I'm going to avoid it. That's not healthy neither. You gotta learn some type of equilibrium balance right there in the middle, where you could take what you're afraid of in confrontation and at the same time make it work for you and figure out how to get across that dam. Because you're smarter than that. Like you're in my opinion, you figure everything that you want to put in front of you, you figure it out. engaging with people is something you're gonna have to learn, because one day you're gonna have that fucking janky promoter yelling in your fucking face while you just finished sweating and performing.
I told you about that time, but what's that fucking showcase? They always Coast to Coast Live shit. Did I tell you about that story?
Nah, Jam did one of those though. Go ahead.
All right, so first of all, fuck Coast to Coast Live. Second of all,
Ooh, fuck Coast to Coast Live. I double down.
They are the most
I don't
super
know their names, I'm just
jankiest fucking company, whatever the fuck they are, of all
You saw
of all the
janky.
showcase.
I'm gonna have to sample Drake. I'm gonna have to sample bite him.
Yep.
Oh, you saw promoters a janky.
Just flip it, make it a beat, make it a. But Coast to Coast Live is pretty much like a I guess you could say like a.
Yeah, they were,
entertainment
from
company.
what I understood, they were entertainment music group, management group that would throw shows in venues and charge artists to go perform.
Yes, but however,
That's what I got from them.
when I did their shit at remember Santos Party House.
Okay, yeah.
They had like a venue there, a place there, the showcase there, and I remember it performing. Like they only give you one. They charge you some crazy ass price just to perform for 5 minutes. This is back in like 2015, so I think at that time I dropped like almost 200 for 5 minutes. Stupidest shit I ever did, and it was my song Backyard Freestyle. Mind you, I didn't even like have an album out at that point yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just wanted to get my music out there. So in the middle, you know how I usually perform? I have like a yo-yo thing, and
Yep.
then I
You
rap.
have a set. Yeah.
So this time I did the opposite. I rapped and then I yo-yoed.
Go.
But what fucked me over was when it was going into the transition, the fucking
Promoter was calling the next guy.
he was like,
All you self promoters
no.
is janky.
He's like, everybody make some noise for Richard Picasso. But I went to go grab my yo-yo.
He was
as he was
canceling you
saying-
before you finished your fucking set.
Yes. So then, after that shit, I'm standing there with my father, who he was there.
Oh, that's not a good man. Your father reminds me of, no cap, Bruce Wayne. Your father's like Bruce Wayne. Like he definitely goes out at night and like saves cats or something. Watch.
So he was like, he said, this is not sitting right. So he gets up and goes to the fucking promoter, like in the side, and tries talking to him. And I'm noticing from before, like I see the promoter with his hands up like this in my father's face. And I try to like, okay, some shit might pop. Let me get over there right now.
He was arguing with Pop?
Yeah, he was arguing with Pops, but as I'm walking there, he starts walking back, and he was like, the guy was like, fuck, well, fuck you. This is how we run it. This is how we do things. And my dad was like, whatever, nigga, whatever. And he's walked back. He's like,
Is
fuck.
that guy
this
still
shit.
alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, okay.
So then Nikki was there too.
I'm just playing.
Nikki's at that spot
I'm
too.
kidding. We're gonna need a disclaimer. I'm kidding.
But yeah, it was like they pretty much just take artists. He said, yeah, they pretty much just take artists' money and don't even really get them like a set time. Because even the niggas that won, mind you, this is how you know it's really fucked up. They usually choose like a first, second, or third place motherfucker. Mm-hmm. How the fuck they had 5 different winners? Mm-hmm. Yes, it was like in 5th place. I was like, they have a fucking 5th place,
You got a
nigga.
reward?
Like they got like hours up, like they got like a free hour to a studio
Studio?
time, which is the stupidest shit you could get.
Yo, don't
One.
give me an hour. I'll fucking get you mad. Yo, let me win an hour in studio time. I'm gonna bust out 3 songs in an hour and get mad at that fucking DJ that's talking to. Don't talk to me. You're my producer. I got 1 hour. Don't talk to me.
I think it was like two hours or some shit. But then like I forgot the 4th place. But then like
Wow.
all you were really winning was your song being on their fucking playlist that allegedly reaches out.
Question
to
was,
X
how much
amount.
is the price to perform?
It was like 200.
Oh my!
From what I remember.
Oh my god! And you didn't? Did they give you pictures of yourself at least?
They had like a stupid cut video thing, but it had like their
No, of you. Not. I don't want
No.
a video of the whole thing.
No.
I want a video, and that's one thing.
It was a video where they were looking at the judges more than they
Yo,
were looking
again,
at me.
I gotta give credit where credit is due. For you promoters, take pointers from the people that do shit right. You gotta have a camera guy there. You gotta have a good DJ. You gotta have a DJ that knows his way around a Serato and a mixer, so he could fix people's mics. You know what? Go a step ahead. You should have wireless mics. You know, like as promoters, there's certain things where it's like, You think just because you got the venue, these things are supposed to be supplied?
Yep.
And it's not the truth, man. Not only do you have to supply the talent, you got to supply some of the equipment and the hardware as well. You got to make sure that the party's flowing all night. If you see one of your bartenders having attitude with people, you got to address this bitch. That's why I say I got to give credit where credit is due, because I've seen firsthand somebody like when she used to take control when things were going wrong, and to get it done. Like, yo, this is not going to work like this. You know, you have to, and that's from learning the lessons. We didn't all get here from just fucking making it up.
Oh, we had a lot. We had way more fuck ups than we had wins when it comes to showcases. From the open mics to the big stages, we seen it all. And Coast to Coast Live is one of the shittiest promotions. Are they still around? Is they still around? Are they still around? Get out of that shit now. Because I've heard horror stories even from other people that did Coast to Coast, and it was like, nah, that shit was nothing. And then what made it even worse, they had like probably fucking like 35 performers in less than like an hour, like less than an hour and a half go up. That was fucking crazy to me. Like, that was disrespectful. So that means if they rob niggas for like 200 and they got 35 niggas, they made way more than their money should.
Well, you know, all due respect though, if they were asking that much money, they probably weren't managing it correctly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you rob people to give to like your own robberies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're
holding money out just waiting to be robbed.
Yeah, like I don't think you make right decisions when you rob your customers. I think that's the number one rule they teach you in business. When you rob your customers, you're not making the right decision. And I get it. There's a whole bunch of businesses that have been robbing people. Like, you know, Big Pharma robs people. You know, like, I get it.
All the time.
I just found out that there's no such thing as painkillers like that. They're actually pain blockers. I just found out. Fucking sue me. You know, like, to a certain extent, I don't think it ever prevails when you're not doing something in the right way. Them not doing it, there's a reason why a lot of niggas don't fuck with them. Why you just gave them a fucking half a star review.
I didn't give them a star.
Nah, you gave them a half a star because you talked about them, so they get half.
Yeah, that's what, like, when you order Grubhub, you can't never put 0. You can only put half a star.
Did you see Adam 22? He had a pimp on there. Lesty? What's his name?
You mean interviewed by Sharp or some shit?
No. He did another one after Sharp. After Sharp. And
I saw they had Nick Fuentes on there. That shit was crazy.
Kelpie. So Suspect is on there with Kelpie, and Suspect
punches
Kelpie in the face.
When he spits his face.
And he punches him in the face.
You call me a bitch? Well, you call me? And he's like, big, yeah, I saw that. I saw that shit, that tape like, what? Like 10 times.
Yo, I saw it like 10 times too. We so bad.
I was like, yo,
He said, Ben Franklin knows who I am, bitch. Who you calling a bitch, though?
Right there, boom. And then they just go
Who you calling a bitch, though?
That's an unedited version.
Nah, of course. This is the shit that you didn't see. Nigga said, fuck you calling.
At least that was off camera there, so. Because I think that was on camera. But yo.
B. Nah, this was off camera. I got the off camera shit.
He was swinging.
Nick ain't well, yo, no cap. Y'all niggas need to stop this shit. Like, I get it. It's comfortable with the pants a little bit below the ass. You know what I'm saying? It's comfortable. Yo, y'all niggas need to stop fighting like this, though. Stop fighting with your pants down by your kneecaps. Pick your fucking pants up and fucking get a stance on.
And who are these niggas? They no fucking body.
Well, one of them is they're
like local celebrities.
Kelpie was on White Soft Belly. Soft white
underbelly.
Soft white underbelly.
Yes.
And he gave his thing there, and then Sharp had him up and called him out on his shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
So now he got brought up here again, and he had a different energy to him. He leaned back, not aggressive, but he's still getting pressed on his shit. Listen, if a dude's claiming he's a pimp and he makes money from selling pussy, he's a pimp. Like, if I could call Sam I Am right now, and Sam I Am could get me a piece of vagina and I gotta pay for it, Sam I Am is my pimp. Like, I don't know why this kid, but they're making a valid thing though. You know what? Why are you on the internet saying you a pimp? Like, why are you on the like.
Because you're a pimp that knows the internet.
And but the thing is that pimping never comes with like the. You know, we all used to watch the late night HBO show and Taxi Cab Confessions and like pimping never have a good reputation. The only time pimping had a good reputation was the dude was the Bunny House Ranch in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, that shit was.
Remember that show back in the day? That should be my shit.
Yeah, that was
but he would take care of his bitches.
Yep.
They would all be.
You make sure they were all good.
Brothels, right? That's when you can really be a real pimp. Professional brothels mean you a fucking pimp. These niggas in the streets, y'all got bad rapport because we think that y'all slapping bitches, y'all giving them drugs, y'all telling them to drug niggas.
The Bunny Ranch, you can leave at any time.
With the Bunny, but Lamar Odom was at the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, Lamar.
No, when he got caught with the dope, he was there for like 3 days. Yep.
That's how it goes down the Bunny Ranch.
He was in a brothel. I don't know if it was the Bunny Ranch though, but he was definitely in a brothel for a couple of days.
We gotta go to Vegas for like a good weekend or something.
Maybe whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
We go there for like a week around my birthday. We go like 4 months. Let's go. We out. We outside.
Oh my God, sound like Cradle. Nah, but seriously though, when it comes to pimping and all that shit, like, I don't know. It's just like, it's glorifying the hustle when you're on video talking about what you did. I get telling your story. Tell your story. Leave it in the right place. Keep it moving. You don't have to always keep going on all these networks and talking about what you do. Especially when you do illegal shit. It stamps the stamp of stupidity on you. I'm a pimp. I'm on 3rd Street right there. You need something, call me. Huh? Fuck you talking about? Like, what? I don't understand how people do this shit. That's why niggas that be selling weed and all that shit, yo, y'all crazy. I come from the era where niggas used to be on the corner talking about, I got that fire. Now niggas is in the store talking about, I got that fire. Like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. No,
I just saw, like, one of my friends, he went to this spot, and they saw, like, edible mushroom bars.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know it was that accessible now.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, now you could just get mushrooms in a bar.
That's it. That's
like, right off a corner.
But that shit'll humble you quick, bro, because niggas think it's a game. You take too much of that shit, and it's hard to come down. It's hard to come down.
Yeah, you can be stuck in that shit.
You know, that's why, like, I believe in microdosing. I believe microdosing everything in life, though. I believe you don't have to drink to get drunk. You can drink to feel a buzz. I believe you don't have to smoke the whole blunt. You can smoke to feel a little bit high. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you don't have to, like, and I know there's certain things in life, like, even with the pain blockers and painkillers, you don't got to take the whole oxycodone. You could take half of it. It'll do the same fucking job because it's not doing the job anyway. It's just blocking your receptors from thinking you're in pain. The only things that really work are anti-inflammation shit, like fucking CBD. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say we could figure things out, bro. Like, I truly think that there's another way of figuring shit out, but
I told you, they gave me
it's unnecessary.
When I got my appendix out, they gave me like a whole like about 8 oxycodons. I didn't need them. I didn't take not one. But I remember when Nikki took it, because hers was a lot more serious, to be honest with you. Like, when she got appendicitis, her shit burst. Mine's didn't. Mine was on the verge of bursting. And she's like, after the surgery, she took one oxycodone. She was knocked the fuck out for like a day and a half. She was like, I didn't even know I slept. I slept for like 15 hours.
Nah, that shit fucks your stomach up. Like, for me, it'll fuck my stomach up. I can't poop right for a couple days. For me, I can tell when it kicks in. And the thrill of being high, right, for 2 hours when it kicks in, because it does give me a high. Yep. Like, I can't argue that. But
you feel all right for a minute.
But
it's only a temporary minute.
I deal with the fucking repercussions for the next day and a half.
Like, it makes you feel worse.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's like you get the pain, you take the drugs, you good. But then it feels like the pain gets worse after the high comes down.
Yeah, that's why I made a vow, like, I'm really not gonna take any of this shit. I gotta get 2 teeth pulled coming soon, and I'm like, yo, I'm not taking no fucking shit, bro. Fuck that.
My girl got her teeth pulled. She got 4 teeth pulled out this year.
Oh my God.
My mom had teeth pulled out. But it's her molars. She got her molars pulled out.
I gotta get my top and my bottom. But my top one is only a half a tooth. It's been like that for like 80 years. It's like, there's no reason to touch it. I'm looking at the dentist like, just leave it. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah.
You don't want to get like eroded or fucked up.
Bro, it's been like that. It never grew into a full molar. I don't have a full molar back there. That's why it don't bother me. It don't have a gap. It
don't bother you or anything?
It don't have a gap or nothing.
Does it bother your mouth?
No. That back one does. And that's the one I know need to go. But he's like, no, you stupid. You only got 2 left. Just take them both out. I'm looking at this nigga like, no. Fuck you mean? I don't want to deal with that shit, yo.
Remember, some of your teeth are connected to your brain cells, like your brain. There's like a web that connects.
I ain't got much
teeth.
of that left.
Well, if you got one, then
Says
you
the
don't
guy
want to
putting together a 3D printer somehow.
Yeah, make a 3D model of your teeth or something.
Yo, bro, the things that I've been seeing these people create, like, and I know they be on the higher end ones, but yo, there's this company in like Spain, and they have he has like 100 of them. He has like 100 3D printers, and what those 3D printers print is they print models of like surrounding areas with like the little intricacy of buildings and all that shit. And then like say you got to make a presentation for like a building to show the scale of it and what you want to put. Oh, that shit is 3D printed now. Yo, it's fucking sick, bro. Like I was sitting there like, wow, this is crazy, you know. And everything has a science to it. I'm not fucking taking away from the science of it, but it's about like making it a language you can read. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at you, Yo-Yo, and I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody looks at you, what the fuck you do? But you made it into a language you can read. You feel me? It's not impossible. Obviously, there's people that do it, but for everything,
people that do it way better than me. Trust me.
Yeah, but until you do it, you never know that.
I made it like the language of New York. Like,
and you're still making it the language of New York. People know yo-yos in New York because you're the yo-yo guy.
Yep, I'm everywhere. Like I remember I went to this thing. Well, not remember. This was last week when I went to that like fancy dinner. That not dinner, that fancy club thing for Jerome Lamar. Shout out to Jerome Lamar. That nigga's awesome. Some dude recognized me. He's like, yo, like that. You know, your shit you be doing is fucking fire. And you got the co-star for Spider Cuz because he did that video with me, and felt good. Felt dope.
Yeah,
I just wanted to share that because it felt good.
Well, I mean, you should feel good about it though. Like every accomplishment that you make, don't get big headed over it, but it should be a feel good feeling. That's what gives you. That's what fills up your battery life. Because there's a lot of times, like, you know, you talking about being blessed outside. There's a lot of times that even you being blessed, nigga, that shit don't help you with what you deal with in real time. You could be blessed all you want, but in real time,
you know, there's been some moments where I understood like what it's like to be really happy and then really miserable at the same time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I could feel you. I could look great
like when
and
I jerk
feel
off
great
in the shower.
Yeah. Like there's times I jerked off in the shower and it's like.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, but you know,
Why am I here?
Why am I here?
What's the meaning of life?
I've been in here for 20 minutes. They all know what I'm doing.
I got clear showers upstairs, so everybody we can't do it.
You got clear showers, so
you know, like the windows.
Yeah.
You can,
no, but you can't really see. It got the fucking like the weird design in it.
But it's clear. Like even our like.
Oh, it's
like,
glass clear.
It's glass clear.
That clear?
Yes.
Damn, nigga.
So when somebody goes in the bathroom, it's like you can see who's taking a shower or whoever.
You see a ding dong? You see a pop's ding dong when you go take a piss?
I don't go in. I don't go in there and lock.
But nobody goes in each other's bathrooms.
I mean, there's only one
Maybe
bathroom upstairs.
But maybe the women.
My women. I don't know. They had this thing with shitting with the door open.
Women, you shit with the door open?
Yes, they.
Is that a woman
shit with
thing?
the door open. Yeah, I never seen niggas shit with the door open.
I shit with the door open.
Like everybody watching you walk by and shit. Your dog comes in there and
no cap. I love you, Brandon, but my brother used to hover.
Hover.
My brother used to squat on top of the toilet seat to take a shit.
Does anyone
I have no clue. I have no clue.
You don't want no ass.
Maybe, yo, bro, if you ever see this, yo, you can somebody ask him.
Why you hovering? They got that's why you can get like those doilies that they give in like those.
I definitely need a bidet. I definitely would love a bidet.
Oh, for your ass.
Just even the gooch, just fucking make sure it's always spotless.
Oh, we'll get to that level one day. We can get some bidets.
Nigga, bidets are cheap now, like $100. That's cheap. That shit ain't expensive. I just gotta have.
I want the high end one. I want the one that really cleans my ass.
Oh, you're going for your sushi.
Like I want. When I open my mouth, it starts coming out of there. Like whoo! I don't need to drink water for the rest of the day.
I need you for the rest of the day. What through my ass? You're stupid.
I'm stupid. I'm very stupid. What's wrong with me?
Everything, nigga. That's the point. That's the best part about it, though. Knowing what's wrong with us, and it doesn't matter.
You know what? That's why I've been saying, like, overall, like, despite everything that happened this weekend, what you're going through and what I'm going through, we still here, man.
Oh yeah, now we shrugged that shit off. Even like last night, I had a little emergency, had to run and all that. You shrugged that shit off. Like, nah, I'll still be there. We just shrugged the shit off. Just it's always a shrug off, man. Like everything is a shrug off towards everybody in life. Like even us talking shit, we just talk shit. Like it's a shrug off. We can't really like pay attention to the nonsense. There's a fucking job to be done. And the job is financial freedom and emotional success. All right? Financial freedom, emotional success. There's a job to be done. We can't be like hanging on the whims of other things that are just, they're not important.
Yep. Hey, look, even for like this week, I'm doing something tomorrow. I'm doing something Wednesday. I'm doing something Friday.
Shout it all out and then walk us out. Okay.
So Monday, they bringing back up the Dreamers House again.
Let's go.
They've been away for like about 3-4 months now.
Okay.
I think the last one was like in August, so they're coming back with that.
Okay.
Which I think is dope. So
it's probably going to be a packed house since
it's
they've been
definitely a packed house. I have to be in a way.
That's
for
Monday.
A while. That's tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And then Wednesday, I'm going to like an intimate session for Coda the Friend.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Coda the Friend. Seen the blow up when it was coming and everything. Friday, Side Talk is doing their shit downtown. They're gonna have Spider Cuz. He's one of the performers.
You gonna see him again?
Yeah, I want to run Spider Cuz again. That's my nigga, man. I love Spider Cuz. And they're gonna have some like up and coming artists too that are like, building their butts. It's gonna be at Irving Plaza. That's gonna be dope.
Oh, you gonna? Yeah, that's nice.
Never been to Irving Plaza. I heard
there.
a lot of crazy stories about Irving Plaza.
Yeah, just be ready, but you fine.
Be ready, but you fine.
You fine because you. But just keep out. Wear fly out. You're in Irving Plaza. You're in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. Anytime you in Brooklyn, I'm sorry. But they say what Brooklyn keep taking it.
But Brooklyn keep on taking it.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for that.
Take my yo-yos. I can't carry that many yo-yos with me that day.
Nah. Carry them, but don't carry them like in your carry them in a fanny pack or a purse that you don't have to touch as much.
Not my clear bag, so everybody can see what I got.
Don't even do that. You do a different bag so nobody can see what you got.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And make sure everything that's on your purse stays on your purse. Nothing that's detachable. You can just take it out, put it in. Cause and that's just me. That's just me. But yeah, you never know what you're walking into.
Well, if these 400 yo-yos come, I'm definitely gotta definitely show out with that.
So that's your last show for the week?
Well, this probably my last show for a while. I mean, this is me going out.
So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, and you got the trio. You got the Holy Trinity.
Yep, the Holy Trinity.
That's what's up.
We're gonna see how everything goes, and it's gonna be a very eventful week. Let's just say that.
I'll try to have this pod out by like Tuesday, so this way you guys get in tune. If you want to join them, just DM them.
So again, thank you all for everybody tuning in to this. Please like and subscribe. We do this for you. If you are an artist or up and coming anything, please hit us up. We'll give you a platform. We got mics here. We got everything you want. We'll send you the video wherever you want. Anything you want to say before we close out too?
Not really. Peace, love, and life.
Peace, love, and yo-yos.
There you go.
Stay black.
Yeah, stay black.
Kind of black.
I mean,
Black.
I am black. It don't matter if I'm light skinned. I'm still black. There's albino people out here.